No standard baths, cosmetics and makeup, how African women of the Himba tribe live. Greetings. Today, we will talk about the amazing features and customs of the Himba tribe in Africa, and at the same time, consider the details of the life of representatives of the weaker sex. What is the number of braids worn on a woman's head? What are smoke baths and what function they perform in the tribe? Is it true that the female population of Himba is responsible for the construction of houses and in the construction of dwellings used a mixture of clay and dung? Be sure to watch the video to the very end so you don't miss all the important points. Background of the tribe. Many of you are probably wondering where and how the Himba tribe came from. To answer this question, it is important to understand its origin. So, the Himba tribe is a nomadic people who migrated from the east of the African continent. This happened approximately in the 6th century. As you perfectly understand, this period affects the era of the great geographical discoveries. So it is not surprising that European colonizers displaced many nationalities. Among the latter were people who later united into a tribe called Himboi. We also draw your attention to the fact that the ancestors of the tribe are the Herero people. He spoke his own language, Oji Himba, hence the name of the African tribe. Finally, the Himba settled in the north of Namibia. Today, the tribe has a population of about 50,000 people. African men and women live by established traditions and customs, which, by the way, they pass on to the future generation. Habitual civilization for them is perceived differently from that of modern man. In addition to the Himba, such a way of life adheres to many other tribes in Africa. Features and customs of the tribe. As you have already guessed, the Himba leads a nomadic lifestyle and preserves the identity of its culture. That is why the first thing you should pay attention to is the presence of livestock. The tribe mainly breeds goats and cattle. So do not be surprised if one day you notice a lot of pens for pets in this tribe. The next feature is the skin color of the Himba tribesman. It stands out noticeably due to its saturation and brick color. This color is due to the high content of clay applied to the skin. To all this, one can notice the variety of hairstyles of the female representatives. This is really true. But among the customs, those related to the attitude to religion and women stand out. Himba with deep respect and understanding of the spirits and their ancestors. For example, the tribe worships the main deity called Mukuru. It is believed that he can only be seen in the afterlife. As for women, their role in the tribe is considered fundamental. Besides the fact that they fulfill the main female function, childbearing, they also solve important issues. Men only bring money to the house and also protect the tribe and dwellings from strangers. Himba women. Let's take a closer look at what constitutes the female part of the Himba. It is important to note that men not only protect the representatives of the weaker sex, but also consider them the most real queens of beauty. This is a concept that the male population adheres to year after year. First, as it was said earlier, women's hairstyles in the Himba tribe are striking in their diversity and specificity. Most of them are braids, and they are worn for a reason. The number of braids means the age of a woman, her status and position in the tribe. For example, girls are allowed to wear no more than 2 braids, and with the onset of maturity, the so-called hair becomes much larger. Secondly, women everywhere use red clay, applied to both hair and skin. And this is not just a homogeneous mass, but a whole mixture prepared from various ingredients. Special creams are also used, prepared not only from clay, but also on the basis of tree resin and even volcanic ash. Together, such natural cosmetics help to preserve skin elasticity and protect it from unfavorable environmental conditions, heavy tanning insects. Himba women's clothing is made from the skins of domestic animals as well as plant fibers. For example, women wear long skirts made of goat skin. As jewelry are various necklaces, beads, ribbons made of metal. Such accessories representatives of the weaker sex make their own to earn respect and recognition from men. Although women and contraindicated standard shower, they still observe hygiene. In this case, the female part of the population takes smoke baths. To make you understand, for this purpose, a small fire is made. Then, over it, they put a container with water where they put charcoal and vegetation in advance. The water boils, after which smoke is formed. At this point, girls and women approach the container and bend down in front of it. After that, sweat forms on the body and leaves the body along with all the toxins. Many of you have already guessed that natural beauty comes first in the African tribe. Himba men really see in their wives the ideal of beauty and naturalness. If you take into account some facts, it is so. Say, the female representatives of the tribe always have smooth skin, perfect waist, and perfect posture. Interesting fact. In the Himba tribe is common phenomenon of polygyny, when a man can have several wives in the family, and the latter can easily have several men. This practice is also common in other tribes, as well as outside the Black Continent. Here, they are very important. We have already said earlier that the role of women in the Himba tribe is the highest. This is due to the following circumstances. Strange as it may sound, it is women who are responsible for building and repairing houses. That's what a true keeper of the hearth means. To be more precise, in Namibia, women build huts. And the building materials used are an unusual mixture of clay and dung. Next, the female representatives are in charge of the religious aspect. To establish a connection with the spirits, in settlements they light fires. Divine fire is formed. It is the smoke from the fire forms the very connection that is necessary when communicating with divine beings. And of course, where without the most important function? Women of the Himba tribe give birth to children and from early years teach them the basics of their own culture and life among tribesmen. Attitude to others. The last question that interests many people: how in reality the Himba tribe treats people around them, especially strangers. In fact, the tribe is very hospitable and respectful of strangers. In the process of communication, African men and women familiarize visitors with their culture and customs. This is how harmonious social interactions occur. If you don't know the language spoken by the tribe, don't worry. Many Himba people are fluent in other languages. For example, this is Afrikaans, as well as Portuguese and English. Nevertheless, it is still recommended to take some goodies with you, and also use the services of an experienced guide and a close-knit group. This will be much better and safer. In the current climate, there is a possibility of the Himba tribe being displaced. This is mainly due to the globalization of the economy and tourism. But the representatives of the African tribe still try to preserve the authenticity and culture of their life.